Not really much to say about today. We, what all did we have to do today? Right, we had absolutely no plans today, so we slept in, lazed around on the couch, watched some YouTube, and eventually got up and ran a couple of errands because we decided we wanted chocolate cake, so we made chocolate cake. And the only notable thing was that I received a message on Facebook from the lady that gave me attitude at the restaurant the other night. And, it's really funny. This lady, she, I was very careful to make clear to her that I didn't blame her for the issues that were going on that night. They were not her fault. Unless she was the one in charge of staffing, but, I didn't hold her responsibility for the fact that, or I didn't hold her responsible for the fact that there weren't enough people in the restaurant that night. But she still copped an attitude with me, so I wrote a nasty review on a couple of different websites about them. And I don't often write reviews about restaurants unless I have something nice to say. I've been a server. It's a crappy job. So, I grant that sometimes mediocre experiences can happen, but this was beyond the pale. This was completely unacceptable on their part. But I posted these, and then, actually, it was last night, because I woke up with it. So last night at 11:30, she sends me this message saying, "Thank you so much for the assault on my character. I think maybe you owe me an apology. You should talk to the rest of the party and see if they felt the same as you. Just because I'm a waitress does not mean that I have to put up with abuse like you are handing out. There was not an exceedingly long wait for food." Well, Ms. Cunningham, I have some information for you. Yes, it was an unacceptable wait. Period. End of discussion. That wasn't your fault. And you're never going to watch this video, but, just in case you stumble across this video, I don't blame you for how long this stuff was taking. It was the kitchen's fault, and it was management's fault for not giving you enough staff. You needed backup, you didn't get it. And I'm not upset at you for not having the backup that you deserved as a server. However, I am going to hold you responsible and blame you for the attitude you've given me, because your response to me was unacceptable at the restaurant. It was unprofessional enough for you to act towards me the way you did at the restaurant. But this message on Facebook, that is the height of unprofessionality. You do not seek people outside of your workplace, on a private site, to give them guff. Because of that, I will be getting a full refund, whether by my credit card company or from the restaurant, because that attitude is not acceptable in any server, ever. You do not harass your customers outside of work. You don't harass them inside of work either, but especially you do not harass them outside of work, because you're still representing the restaurant when you contact me about an issue that happened at the restaurant. So your attitude and your words towards me reflect on the restaurant. And the other thing, I got another message. I'm going to give you this guy's full name. His name is Mark Douglas. He sent me this message. "You are a piece of work, buddy. I hope I see you in person one day. Gonna be fun. And by the way, I don't care where it is I see you. Don't mind going back to jail for a butt plug like you." Of course, he immediately blocked me like a coward, so I can't see his profile or respond to his message, but that's all right. I'm going to be going to the police tomorrow, showing them that message. Apparently he's already been in jail once or twice, so he's going to have a record, so it's not going to be hard to track him down. In case I run into him on the street, though, I think he's going to find that I am unsuitable prey. Yeah, so that's what I get for leaving a bad review, I suppose. Well, gives me something to talk about, though, and give you updates as things develop. So we'll see where that goes. Yeah, anything else? Oh, I started talking about it yesterday and I never finished. I've been drinking a new type of tea that I found. See? Of course, that's just the bottle, but it's called Green Pico. And it's really fascinating. The actual tea itself, because it's bulk tea, it's whole leaf tea, the leaves of the tea, if I were to look at them, I'd say that looks like a golden flowery orange pico. Maybe even a tippy golden flowery orange pico. But the problem is it's not an orange pico, it's not dark enough, it's still green, it hasn't turned brownish black like you would expect from a proper orange pico. And I was really quite fascinated. I looked at it at the place, the bakery that I got it at, and it had a very almost sweet, very grassy sort of aroma to it, and I was instantly intrigued, so I bought a package of it and brought it home and tried it, and it is really quite superb tea. Green tea is hard to brew correctly without it getting bitter. If you're brewing green tea and it's bitter, you're doing it wrong. You want a lower steeping temperature and lower steeping times than you would expect from a black tea. Like black tea, you're going to do it at 100 degrees for 4 to 5 minutes. For green tea, you want to do it at 70 degrees Celsius, for about 3 minutes, maybe 4, for a lighter green tea. Because green tea can be bitter if you steep it too long or if you steep it too hot. But 70 degrees seems to be the sweet spot for green tea, and you just get a really nice, smooth, vegetal, sort of grassy taste with, this one has a little bit of a sweetness and some floral undertones to it, and I sound like a freaking wine connoisseur, but that's what I get for working for a tea shop for 5 or 6 years. Yeah, it's really good. I'm quite impressed. A little on the expensive side. Not as expensive as some of the stuff I've bought at David's Tea, but yeah. And, green tea, I don't put sugar or milk in, so I've been drinking just plain old green tea, so that's, super healthy and all of that. I'm not putting sugar and cream in it. So yeah, a couple of positive things happening in the last couple of days. This stupid thing with the restaurant. Not looking forward to having to deal with any of that, but we'll see how that plays out. Especially with this Mark character. I'm gonna see what the RCMP has to say about him tomorrow. Because I will be going there and I will be pressing charges. The guy says he doesn't mind going back to jail over me, so who am I to disappoint him? I will be filing formal charges against him for uttering threats, which is illegal, and we'll see where that goes. Hopefully he's a repeat offender and this is like his third strike or whatever, and he goes away again. So, talk to you guys tomorrow about how that goes. Bye-bye.